Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Ease of Spirit Ministries of Hope. This is the Reverend Andrea Graham, and I am so ecstatic to be here this morning. I am totally ecstatic to be here this morning. This is our third session of Makia's meditations, and this will be one that focuses on the chakras. And I'm so excited about the chakras. You know, in the UFBL where I was trained, someone brought to my remembrance last night that we study what's called the 12 powers. And that is points of divine intelligence within our body. And these are specific powers that we could use. Well, the chakras are very, very similar, but they're not quite the same because the way we talk about chakras is different from the way we talk about the 12 powers. And so I am really, really excited about talking about these chakras, these energy centers in our body that can make you feel grounded. I'm really caught up with the root chakra right now. They can open up your mind to all of the realities, the third eye. I don't know a lot about the chakras. I just know enough to hurt myself with it. So I'm going to leave that to Makia to explain today. But before we get going, I'm going to share something that was given by way of Dan Spencer. And it just struck me a particular type of a way. It really did. And I just love one of the things that Dan does in regards to her ministry. And I believe that just like, oh my goodness, let me get seated right. I believe just like many of us, her ministry is to raise the consciousness. And one of the things that she does is she sends out very inspirational sayings and prayers and pictures and it's really beautiful. And you will wake up in the morning if you happen to be blessed to be on her email list or anything like that, and you will look and you will find something that is just, it concisely says a truth, a specific truth. And so what I'm sharing today, and I'm going to mute everybody as we go into prayer. Let me see here. How do I do that? Oh, right here. I'm going to mute everybody as we go into prayer. But there we go. There we go. But what this one says, it really struck me. So, you know that a lot of times we operate out of our human ego, our humanistic ego. And a lot of times we say that ego is easing God out. And so what we are saying here is the ego will tell you to look at everything outside of yourself. And you will say, I will have peace when I get that new job. I will have peace when I find that perfect relationship. I will have peace when my finances are in order. Everything will fall into place. Only then will I feel at peace. My whole outer world will be in place. And only then will I feel at peace. But as we go into prayer, keep this thought in mind. The spiritual part of yourself that knows the truth of your being, that spiritual part of yourself that has never been corrupted by anything that has happened in your life, world, and your affairs. That spiritual part of yourself that knows that you are strength power, that you have power and authority, that the words that you speak will not return to you void. It says, I find my peace within, and everything else falls into place. So let's just take a few deep breaths in. And release. and hold on to that mantra. I find my peace within, and everything else will fall into place. Take another deep breath in. I find my peace within, and everything else will fall into place. And one last time. I find my peace within, and everything else falls into place. And so, Heavenly Father, we give you the honor, we give you the praise, we give you the glory as we come together to learn more about how to find that peace that surpasses all understanding. We ask for your blessing on each and every one of us. Bless our hearts today, Father. Bless our minds today, Father. And we particularly ask that your anointing and your blessing falls upon our speaker today, which is Makia Sax, Marilyn Payne. Bless her, and bless everything that she has prepared. You know what it is that we need to get from this lesson. And so we release this prayer in Jesus' mighty name. And so it is. Amen and amen.
Amen.
All right. And with that, I am going to unmute Makia, and I'm going to give it to her.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to my class and sharing this with us. I want to remind everybody, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not in the medical field. I'm sharing this for informational, educational purposes only. And there's a lot of information out there on energy medicine, chakras. And the chakras are really a big part of Ayurvedic medicine. I did study that for a while, but I felt like it was really too complicated. So I studied it for a while, and then I went to Chinese medicine, and that worked much better for me. But I am going to share some of my knowledge about chakras. Sorry. That was a good beat to get started with, anyway. I don't know if you can see this chart back here. I sent out a video on the chakras that was basic to explain the basic 7 chakras. Those were the first chakras that more or less, the knowledge of chakras that came to America way back maybe in the 40s and 50s, or even maybe in the 1800s. But the chakras are like wheels and energy centers in your body that are connected to different organs and glands, and there are emotions associated with those chakras. I don't know how well you can see this chart back here. Well, that's not good. Okay, I guess I need more bullets. But this is a chart of the chakras. The root chakra is red. The second chakra, the sacral chakra, is orange. The solar plexus is yellow. The heart chakra is green. The throat chakra is blue. The third eye is sort of bluish purple. And then your crown chakra could be white or purple. According to different modalities, we have like 300 something chakras. You know, we have chakras in our hands when you do energy work, so forth and on. And I sent out the video on the chakras to give you a basis to start from on some of the things that I'm talking about. And I was going to do a meditation on the chakras, and since it's 7 of them, if I was to try to go into explaining more detail about each chakra, that might be 2 classes. And I think what everybody wants to do is have an experience and come to understand when it comes to energy medicine that these things are real. that it's not something that you just have to assume and accept that is real, that you can experience and through your own experience know that they're real. And I don't know if this got sent out. This was, his name was Raji Kunahana. I studied with him for over 10 years. He had a shop in the old arcade on the 2nd and 3rd floor. He was from India. He was my yoga master, and he really helped me to understand about chakras and chakras relating to the Kundalini. The dragon in the picture represents the Kundalini, and we're not going to talk about the Kundalini. But supposedly, when you have done the work and you're sincerely reaching to higher consciousness and to connect with God and understand what's going on, and all your energy wheels and chakras are functioning as they should, your meridians are flowing, which is Chinese medicine, so forth and on, the Kundalini will rise all the way to the crown chakra, and they say that's when you have enlightenment. To me, a definition of enlightenment has not been what exactly that means, has not been explained to my full satisfaction. So I'm going to share some of my experiences with you. At different times when I was first getting into meditation and studying martial arts and Chinese medicine, Ayurveda, I would go to the doctor and they'd say, well, we can't find nothing wrong with you. Your blood, everything is perfect. Everything is in normal range. We have no idea what's wrong with you. And then as I started meditating and studying energy medicine and working on myself, I started having experiences, and different, what I would call symptoms or whatever, would start to disappear and go away. And one thing I want to mention, my nephew, he passed. He was a kidney specialist, and I think you pronounce it nephrologist. You might not be pronouncing it correctly. He told me that when he was going to medical school in the 80s, that they were talking about chakras. I was totally shocked. Western medicine talking about chakras? Whoa, okay. You know, that's some serious progress for Western medicine. So I just sort of wanted to show you this. Your root chakra is in your perineum, in your lower abdomen. Your second chakra is located below your belly button. Your third chakra is like located in your stomach area, your gut, that gut feeling. Your heart chakra, you have your heart is like over here, but the heart chakra is going like right through here. Your throat is the fifth chakra. Your third eye is located between your eyebrows, and your crown chakra is located on top of your head. Now, I've had different times when I've had headaches. My head felt really funny, the top of my head. And I felt that it wasn't a normal headache. And so I knew different people that I go to issue who were doing energy work, and they would work on me, and they would use the pendulum. And they would say, well, your crown chakra is closed. Now, why your crown chakra closes, I have no idea. But, for different reasons, your chakras would start to, say, malfunction. And at different times, I was having pains in my lower abdomen, I would say my groin area, and come to find out that my root chakra was closed. Now, your root chakra grounds you to the earth. Anytime I do a meditation, whether I'm sitting or standing, I imagine that I have roots like a tree going down into the earth and grounding me. Now, when we do Qigong, we imagine that the roots are going down like 9 feet. And I started playing around with that idea. I discussed this with Master How, and I would imagine that as I grounded myself, all the nutrients that are in the earth, the vitamins, the minerals, the energetic of each one of those, because everything is energy, would come up through the roots into my body. And so I was, in my mind, visualization is an important part of this. That's going to be another class. As I visualized this like white light coming up, what was like roots of a tree, coming into my body. And that enhanced me to be able to feel the energy coming into my body. And like you might feel sort of airy or slightly dizzy. You're not grounded. For me, a lot of times, let's just say I might not quite feel right. I was having a lot of issues with my solar plexus chakra. And I went to get that worked on by a lot of different people. Master How worked on it. Raji worked on it. And he worked on it doing like yoga, telling you to lay on the floor and do the plow, to do the different yoga poses that would put pressure on the abdominal area, which would stimulate the third chakra. And so getting back to the second chakra, the second chakra is like the sexual chakra. It has to do with the sex and the creative force in the body. It has to do with the sex organs. It also has to do with your ability to be creative, because all the chakras are connected. Each and every chakra has the same vibration, not the same, but has some of the same vibration and colors of the other one. That's about the best way I could explain it. If according to some people, if you were really able to see the chakras, like in the root chakra, there would be a little orange, a little yellow, a little green, a little blue, a little purple, a little white, but mostly red. And so, some people I've seen advertisements to really go deep into the creativeness if you're trying to write a book or paint a picture, to meditate on the second chakra and to really try to see orange. And I know you can't see this, but this is a picture of a second chakra, because this is my meditation room. This is my music room where I practice and write music and different things like that. So I have a lot of things to reference to connect, in my opinion, to that higher part of me. So the stomach chakra is your gut, your intuition, in combination with your third eye. But you feel things in your gut. You have a feeling something's just not right. Mothers have that connection more so than fathers, but there are some fathers that have that connection with their children, where they just can feel something and they can tell that something isn't right. I was having a lot of problems with that particular chakra. My father died when I was 17. I took that very hard. I wasn't too expressive in expressing my feelings. So I would say I had a backup of emotion in my third chakra. I'm not going to even claim that I've completely straightened all that out, because life is a journey. It's not about a destination. It's a ever growing evolution in knowledge and experience. And through that, there has to be growth and change. So we have to, make changes. And as we make changes, things change. And emotionally, issues that we're having, like in the body, will change also as we work on ourselves. The heart chakra is like the love chakra. You also, I'm gonna back down. The third chakra also is associated with your digestive systems, your stomach, your spleen, your pancreas, your small intestines, your large intestines. And if you're having possible symptoms with that, it could be related to a blocked chakra. I was up on Coventry in Passport to Peru a couple of years ago, and I wasn't really feeling well. And I've gone up there with Ann and gone to some of her classes. And I was supposed to teach at her center. I just never got around to it. Because she knows a whole lot of different things and she studied with a lot of people. And I think she's a very talented and knowledgeable person on energy medicine and healing. So I was in the
And I'm sorry, and who is that? I'm not
You know
familiar.
what? Yeah, she owns Passport to Peru on Coventry. I can't think of her last name. Hey, Carol Murphy, do you know what her last name is? Carol might know. It's Ann something. But it Passport to Peru on Coventry. So I'm in there and we're talking, and I said, I'm not really feeling that well. Maybe if I go eat, I'll feel better because it's been a while. So she says, wait a minute. And she calls her husband and she tells him to stand behind me because I was feeling maybe a little airy, but I felt like I needed to eat something. So she started working on me and she started moving her hand in front of my third chakra. And I could feel her as she moved her hand and around my third chakra. I could actually feel the energy coming out of her hand, moving inside of me. So she started spinning my chakra. My chakra had stopped spinning. We both realized that, and it's possible that can happen. You know, it's not going to kill you, but you can jumpstart it, you know, by moving your hand in front of your chakras, which righty-tighty is energy coming in and lefty-loosey is energy going out. So all your chakras go take energy in and let energy out. They have their own rhythm of breathing. And when you check your chakras, which I'm going to try to do a demonstration before the meditation, by holding a pendulum type of in front of my body. I'm so far away from the camera, you might not be able to see it. Don't really have good light. But she started working my chakra and she did some other things. And I was very impressed with my experience with her. And I have gone to her to have a session with her. And it was really amazing. So now going back to the heart chakra. For me, when people close to me have passed or relationships didn't work out and I wasn't too happy about that, I could feel it right here, like right here in the sternum. I would have an emotional reaction. I would have dreams about people and I would wake up with a slight pain. And so, I was like, okay, let me go get this checked out. Go to the doctor. They listened to my heart, did a cardiogram, some other things. Well, there's nothing wrong with your heart. Just checking it out to make sure. Don't take anything for granted. And they said, there's nothing wrong with your heart. And I started to learn over time that my body was expressing my sadness and my grief. We can sort of be disconnected in some ways from our bodies. Now, also, we have like 7 bodies. I'm not going to get into that right now, energetic bodies that are also like associated with the chakras. And so we could be sort of disconnected, at different times. And the hardest time for me was my mother because I had to do the funeral arrangements. And so I would feel discomfort in my chest area. You can also, your heart chakra is associated with your lungs, your heart, your shoulders, your upper chest and back. And I would feel discomfort in that area. And I started meditating. I have different meditations like for different chakras that I do. Maybe we can get into that in another class. So then the next one is your throat chakra. And the throat is like associated with communication. They say that people who really don't communicate their feelings might develop thyroid problems. This is a theory in some of the energetic medicine philosophies that you might develop like a thyroid problem because you really don't express yourself. So the throat is communication also between you and God and spirit. You really expressing yourself and being honest with yourself. You know, some of us, and just about all of us at some time or another in life, has even tried to lie to ourselves. But the thing about it, if you don't address issues, they can manifest in your body as dis-ease, so forth, and symptoms. Okay, the third eye, which is located between your eyebrows, is like intuition, is connecting to the higher levels because the higher chakras are from your heart up, and they're associated with higher consciousness. So the third eye, you might have visions. When your third eye is sort of opening up, according to some authorities in metaphysics, you'll start having lucid dreams to where you realize you're dreaming. You might start having visions. You can be wide awake and all of a sudden you see something, or maybe you're meditating and you see something. You look into a crystal and you see something in the crystal. As you meditate, I want to say this. As you walk the path of meditation, for whatever reason, curiosity, some people walk it to prove it's not real. They don't really walk it, but they dodge in and out on the path. Or people who are sincerely seeking to connect to God and higher consciousness. You will, through meditation, which has been my experience, which is what Master Howell told us, which is what Raji told us, you will open up to where you would start to use more of your brain. And one of those experiences is opening up of your third eye, to where you can have intuitions. You can feel, you go in a place and it's a communication more or less between your gut and your third eye. Something ain't right here, and so you decide to leave. And I know a lady who had that experience and she left, and then she, it was her place of business, not her place where she worked. And then she found out that the people who were in there when she was there and she left, she really didn't think nothing bad was going to happen, but they killed her boss. So your intuition could tell you, go here, leave, don't do that, or whatever, to that extent. So then your crown chakra. Your crown chakra is like the port to the universe. And they call Mother Earth, and there's like Father Sky. So it's really all one. It's not separate from each other, but you can meditate, and through meditations, like connect to different planets, receive information. And it's like the main port for the Kundalini as it comes up and it goes out the top of your head. Now, they say that the Kundalini will, like, as you open up through your practice and work, moves up the spine to different chakras. And when you have really done the work, that it will go up and out the top of your head. Now, it's also been said that some people could have that experience doing drugs. And this is, you see people walking down the street, nobody's next to them and they talking, like they're talking to somebody. Most people think they're crazy. I don't necessarily think they're crazy, but they could have done drugs, or their Kundalini It's said that your Kundalini can just go to the top. It's rare, supposedly rare, but could just, do its run and you're there. There have been different people, I've read their books that said they just all of a sudden had this experience. Now they say when it goes up your spine through your chakras that it's a hot burning sensation. I haven't had that one. I'm not like in a particular hurry for that one. I say this, when if you're getting body work on, you have to know who's working on you. You really don't want anybody, just anybody working on your head. Okay, as you do this, you're building a conscious connection to your body, like through the chakras, through the meridians, and you start to open up that other 90% of your brain that is laying dormant, according to like science and medicine. And to me, that other 90% is like full access to your connection to God. And you can sense people working on you. I have been at home and could sense that somebody was working on me, working on my head. I could feel them working on my head, even to the point that I saw them standing next to me and what they had on. Okay, I did not give them permission to work on me, but they were doing it anyway. And I'm very sensitive. I can sense people's like their thoughts. One time, I was in my car fixing to pick somebody up, and a friend was coming out, and she was on the steps, and she was so angry. I sensed all of that before she even got in the car. I spent quite a few years when I was studying with Raji for 10 years, doing meditations on the chakras. His thing was visualization and like meditate on each chakra and trying to build the energy of the chakra. So we're going to do a meditation, and my clock is not working. So Andre, I'm going to need you to let me know when my time is up. We're going to start on a meditation, and
we're right now, Marilyn, I'm sorry for interrupting. We're right now at 10:35, just so you know.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I think we could get this in. We're going to do a meditation, and we're going to ground ourselves first. And by that, you're going to try to get as comfortable as you can. And you're going to imagine that you have like roots coming out of your dantian, which is sort of like your sacral, going down into the ground. You can make them look brown. If you bring color into your meditations, you can enhance your experience. So you can make them brown. Now, when you make them brown, like roots, that gives you a reference, like trees. When you inhale, it's going to turn white. White light is universal light. We are connecting to Mother Earth, to the feminine side of Father, Mother, God, because Father, Mother, God is everywhere. So you're feeling sort of nervous, you're feeling airy, you're feeling dizzy, grounding. Sitting on the floor would be a faster ground. Sitting on the floor, if you're feeling that way, and inhale. And as you inhale, you sort of add visualization to the meditation, and you picture like light, just light, little bulbs of light coming from the earth into your body. So it comes up the roots and it's going into the root chakra. And we're going to see the root chakra become brighter, and it's spinning. And it's going to spin to the right, and then it's going to spin to the left. You cannot really mess it up. It's going to do what it's supposed to do because we're not really in control of the body. We can influence it, okay? But, maybe you're spinning it to the right and the universe got it spinning to the left. But the universe is strong. So don't worry about that. So we're going to breathe in the earth energy. Now, through this meditation, we're bringing the earth energy up to each chakra, and we're going to go out the top of the head. We're going to spend a certain amount of time at each chakra. I'm going to talk about it. We're going to increase the color of the root chakra. We're going to see it becoming a beautiful, gorgeous red, just absolutely gorgeous. We're going to see in that red life. It's not a dull color. It's lively, gorgeous red. And the white light is coming up and it's going into the root chakra. From there, when I say we're going to the sacral chakra, the second chakra, the light comes out of the root chakra and it's white and it goes into the sacral chakra. And we're going to, it's going to change in between each chakra, and it's going to be white in between each chakra. So, all right, so I would say, get comfortable. Let's just say if I'm dragging, I'm not really feeling that good. I mean, that's possible, being stuck in the house. I'm not a house person. So when I'm outside, I would go sit in the sun and draw in the energy of the sun as well as the earth and move it through my chakras. So I'm in the house, can't access the sun. So my focus is on Mother Earth. So I relax, I breathe in and exhale and relax. And I breathe in and relax. Okay, I might tighten my whole body. Now we can skip doing each individual part because we're running out of time. So you just like tighten your whole body and drop. Tighten your whole body and drop. Tighten your whole body and let go. The constriction helps to tighten up and release, and the energy and the blood through the meridians are flowing much smoother now. So we're going to focus on Mother Earth. We're sending our roots into the ground. They go out of your feet. Send as many as you like. I have sent hundreds. Okay, so maybe you just want to send 7. So you send 7 into the earth, 1 representing each chakra. And so as we breathe in the earth energy, and it's possible that your feet are going to start to tingle. Your whole body might start to tingle as we do this and we work our way up to the top of the head. So we're bringing white light, all the energy, all the vitamins and minerals that are deep in Mother Earth that have not been destroyed through mankind's stupidity. We're drawing up all those energies, the energy of that vitamin and mineral. We're drawing it up because we can't actually draw up the vitamins and minerals. We're drawing the energy. So we're drawing it up, we're bringing it up through our leg to our perineum, which is between our sex organs and our rectum. And right there, as we bring it in, we see the root chakra. And we just keep breathing the energy in. With each breath, we're drawing energy up and it's coming up, and that root chakra is starting to spin and it's starting to get stronger and it's starting to get brighter and brighter and brighter. And it's starting to energize, and it's a beautiful, rich, gorgeous red. And you just keep breathing in, and you're seeing the chakra is starting to, sort of move and pulsate. It's pulsating, and it's getting stronger, and it's just filling up with energy. And as it's filling up, to enhance your meditation, you add visualization. You see the energy, even though we're going up the spine, the whole body is sort of starting to wake up. It's like, wow, I'm getting some energy. So it's pulsating and it's turning a richer red, beautiful, just a gorgeous, rich red. And so now we're going to breathe in and take the energy up to the second chakra, which is orange. Now, it went from being red to white, going like up the spine into the second chakra. Not really the spine, but the energetic spine, into the second chakra. And it is orange. So as it goes to the second chakra, it's coming in, and the second chakra is starting to move. It's starting to come alive, and it's starting to pulsate, and it's starting to sort of fill out. It's starting to become more full and fill out. It's almost like a flower. It's starting to come alive, and it is a gorgeous orange, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And it's pulsating and moving around, and it's just you're feeling strength. Now you can imagine that you are getting strength in this. Now, if you were getting strength, I mean, because as you imagine, it becomes so. Everything was once a thought, and everything in your house and in the world was a thought, and it's become reality. This is something that we really have to understand. It's the power of our mind to influence our body, our health, as well as what's all around us. So believe in that and believe in yourself. And so then it's just churning and moving and getting stronger, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. In the meantime, the red chakra is still pulsating, and it's still a gorgeous red. And the energy is still coming up from the earth. And it's just, both of them are in line. They're straight in line. Now, they say it's possible that your chakras can get out of line. So we're visioning that we're aligning our chakras. So it's turning into white light. It's going up to the stomach chakra, to the solar plexus. And as it comes in, it's coming in. And this one is like a bigger chakra. Because this is the main chakra where your second brain is, where your gut is. They say you have a second brain in your gut area. And you could be having constipation problems that would be associated with your third chakra, emotional problems, so forth and on. So as you bring the energy into the third chakra, it's starting to turn into a beautiful sun, a golden light. It's radiating a light. It is gold, and it's churning around, and it's moving around, and it's pulsating, and it's this gold light. And with each pulse, it's like light coming off. And when it comes off, in every part of the body, there's a connection to every chakra. So when each one of these chakras pulsate, the energy is transferred out into the different parts of the body. Like I said, in every chakra, there's a small portion of that vibrational color of every other chakra. So it's pulsating, and it's growing stronger and stronger and stronger. So now we're going to take the energy from the solar plexus, third chakra. It turns white light and goes up into the heart chakra, which is a rich green. It's a rich green, like the color of trees in the spring. It's a rich green, and it's going in. Now, the heart chakra is associated with love, okay? And the heart is the most powerful heart center in your body. The heart can radiate energy and vibration and create a field around your body that can be something like 30 feet. When you're really connected and in your heart, there's a lot of research on that at the Heart Math Institute. And I had that experience one time. And I had picked up a friend from the airport, and I was so glad to see her. And we were just talking, we were at her house, and all of a sudden I felt this field open up. And I was like, do you feel that? She said, feel what? I could feel the field all around me. it was like a field all around me. And I was like, wow. Now, I want to say this, I think I said it once before. The universe will give you confirmations if you ask God for confirmations, you know, in your prayers. I don't want to waste my time with something that's not real, that something that's not good for me. Please give me confirmation so that I know that what I'm doing is working and real. That was a confirmation for me, that how powerful the heart is in this field. And I felt giggly. I felt giggly. I was, you know, this just feeling all this energy moving through my heart chakra. So with the heart chakra is spinning and it's pulsating and it's spinning back the other way and it's spinning right, spinning left, and it's pulsating, and it's with each pulse, out goes heart energy of love, of joy, of peace, and all these different positive, different emotions. And so we're going up, the energy's going up, it's turning white into the throat. So the throat chakra is like a lake, a beautiful lake blue, and it is spinning and pulsating. And you know, things that you know that you need to work on, like if you do a meditation like this, you can visualize yourself speaking more your truth, saying how you feel as you bring the energy into the throat chakra, the heart chakra. You can see you actually telling somebody that you care for them or you love them. Your stomach chakra, you could see it is also associated sort of with the liver. You could see releasing anger, where you're not carrying anger anymore. But back to the throat chakra. So the throat chakra is pulsating and it's spinning, and the color is getting richer and richer. And it's just absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it's possible that over time, as you practice these, you will actually start to experience the movement of the chakras. It is possible. But, you know, America, we have this fast foods, fast this. That's not the way nature works. So you have to be patient, and you must believe and believe in yourself. So from there, we're taking the energy, is turning white, going up to the third eye. And as it hits the third eye, it is a purplish blue. I forget exactly right at the moment what that color is. It might be indigo. Maybe not. But anyway, it's purplish blue. And here is your connection to intuition, their third eye. Now they say that there's actually a third eye right here. They say that if you're meditating and you see an eye in your meditation, your third eye has activated. Okay. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. And they say, well, you know, they have said that if it's malfunctioning, you might be able to see behind you. Now, there were different times, and I was telling this to Master How, when I would be driving and I could see way back here. And he told me that my third eye was opening. And I said, well, I'm getting distracted driving because all this is catching my attention. And so he did something. I don't know what he did. He was truly a master and had exceptional abilities. And over time, that sort of went away. And again, like through your practices, if you sort of stop practicing, you never lose where you are, but the flow of energy and your connection might sort of start to slow down and get dull. So try to keep your practice going. So the third eye is just pulsating, and it's just spinning, and it's just absolutely beautiful, distinctive colors, and it goes up to the crown chakra. The crown chakra is purple. It could be purple or white. Some people say white. I will say purple, and it's purple. And there is a chakra above your head, and there's a chakras in the ground, but we're not going to talk about those. Okay, so your chakras at the top of your head. If your top chakra is blocked, you might have headaches, it might feel sort of dull. You know, there's different ways that you can like stimulate the chakras to try to get it to open up. If you're having a headache, it might be because your crown chakra is slow or not really spinning. But this is purple, and it's gorgeous, a beautiful purple, and it's just spinning around and around. Now, as you go up here, there's a funnel. The energy from the earth is coming up through each and every chakra, pulsating, spinning. It goes up, and there's a funnel that goes out of your head to the universe, where you're receiving information, wisdom, knowledge, love. Your connection to the universe is coming in. So, like, we're not going to go into this particular meditation, but there is a chakra meditation where you bring all the energy in and up, and then you take it back down to the ground. So there's a lot of different types of meditation. So as this energy is spinning, there's like a white vortex above your head of universal energy. Okay, so all your chakras are aligned. They're all pulsating. They're all spinning. You've opened up your connection to the universe. You have grounded and connected yourself to Mother Earth. And as you could go back and start again, just leave the vortex and inhale again and start to bring the energy up through your legs, pulsating with each chakra and out your head. So that's the meditation. I really, from talking to different people, felt that showing you and doing this meditation would be a good thing to do as far as giving you something to practice with. And you can try to figure out if some of the symptoms of discomfort that you're feeling by practicing this is chakra related. Now, how much time do we have, Andre? Andre. Well, I have no idea what time it is. I wanted to do.
I'm sorry, I had my mic off and people were waving and telling me. We have 5 minutes, and I actually think that your time is good. I do want to reserve some time for if someone has a question or a comment. I don't know whether or not people were practicing what you were instructing. As you were instructing, I was. And so I have moved into my meditation chair. So I want to leave room for anybody that has any insights. But go ahead on.
Okay, I forgot to get my pendulum. So if you give me 2 seconds so I can show this. I'm gonna pull the chair closer so that hopefully you can see. I don't know, the pendulum is rather small, but you can check your chakras. Like if you get a pendulum, I'll try this. You hold the pendulum and you be as still as you can, like right in front of each chakra. And as it picks up the energy, it will start to move. And so the chakra is spinning to the right. Now I'm not moving my hand or my fingers making this spin. And let's just say right now, maybe because I'm talking and focusing, my chakra is like spinning in a medium type of spin. You could do this with each chakra You could use a necklace with an emblem on it.
Can I say something?
Yes, go ahead. And,
Hi. You
and-
have to, and you have to be careful not to point the emblem to your chakra because it can put a hole in it.
Okay, thank you for that. And anybody that wants to make a comment, I'm going to ask that you guys freely unmute yourself at this time. Thank you, Yonder.
Okay. All right. So, you know, with the pendulum, it's like right here at my throat chakra. It's not really, you're not really able to see it, see my fingers, that I am not moving this. It is picking it because you have just like a funnel coming out of each and every chakra, going out in the front and the back of your body. And it's picking up the energy in this funnel. And it's going to spin around. It's going to spin around. And you could, if it's barely spinning, you know, like if it's not spinning, then it's probably closed. And if it doesn't start to spin within a few minutes, I would, you know, try to spin it, influence the energy of the funnel coming out to
Those
open the chakra.
people, I'm sorry, for those people that may not know anything about a pendulum, how do you pronounce that? Pendulum. Could you tell them where they might purchase one or get one just in case they're interested?
You could go to Passport to Peru, Amazon, and get a pendulum. Passport to Peru is on Coventry near the old Hunans. And you can buy them online. You know, people use pendulums for a lot of things. You get ready to buy food and you put it over the food and you establish what is yes and no. Is this good for me to eat? Because when you're doing that type of thing, you're building a conscious relationship with your body. You're communicating with your body and more so, say, your higher self. So some people use a pendulum. Some people, you know, do it to check a lot of different things. Somebody tells them something and they they say, oh, I really don't believe that. And they'll hold it out and say, is talking to the universe. Now, Jane just said, la da da. Was that the truth or not? And we can't really say on the accuracy of it, but it all depends on what you believe. But a pendulum could be crystals. This is made up of 7 crystals. It's really situated like the chakras. It had a red crystal on the bottom, probably something like I forget what you call it, agate, something like that. And it has all 7 colors and crystals. So this is more or less like a chakra pendulum.
And also that color that you were speaking of, that beautiful indigo, is correct.
Okay. Yeah. So, you know, there are a lot of books out on chakras. Pranic healing is another form of energy healing, which is like a spin-off of Qigong. And they have a book on chakras and using different protocols to work with different chakras in the body to deal with different diseases. Master Ko is the head of the North American Pranic Healing Association. And he comes to Cleveland ever so often. There's a guy in Cleveland, Greg, well, that's not it. Well, Greg, who teaches, and he teaches it at, he does pranic healing at Westlake Unity and at Renaissance Unity. And he does teach classes on pranic healing. So,
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, so I was just going to say, that's another avenue of energy healing and learning about the energy of life.
So where will we be going next? I want to let everyone know that Makia will not be available this next Saturday. She has some things that she is doing on her own personal growth, but what will be our next step?
Okay, the next Saturday after the next, I wanted to talk about how to more so create a solid meditation, because a lot of people, if they're really fidgety, they might only meditate 5 minutes, but over time you have to try to build that. And I wanted to share some other things in that. When I talk about the meditation, is Magical Mind, Magical Body by Deepa Chakra. Another method was the Silver Method. I mean, you can get information on these in the books. These are cassettes. And what I did to really try to build a good foundation, I took a certain spot to meditate in, a certain hour every night. I had certain clothes that I would wear, which was a tie-dye. I had certain incense that I would light when I was doing Qigong. One was a moving form. It smelled really good and it sort of energized me. I used sandalwood. So for the quiet form to de-stress me. So I wanted to talk about that and talk about the power of visualization and do a meditation on, wow, this is not showing up. Do a meditation about, I learned this from Master Savelli, my Kung Fu master.
The light just makes it a lot more light. Yeah, yeah, just bring it up. Bring it up to the screen. There you go. Okay, bring it back a little bit. I'm sorry. There you go.
This is a meditation that I use that is based on visualization. So trying to build a strong foundation in meditation by having a set hour, if you can do that, a set place, the energy will accumulate. And I want to get into that because it's almost unbelievable. When I tell you it, it might sound, my experience, it might sound unbelievable. And this meditation is a very powerful meditation that's based on visualization. So when you add visualization to your meditation, it enhances your experience as well as adding colors, depending on what you're working on.
But it's 5 after 11, so we've run over. I want to try to stay as close to on time as possible. But before we break, and if we are over, if you guys feel like, you know, you have to leave, I understand. But before we break, I do want to give the opportunity to anyone that would like to make any comments. Let me ask you guys before we break. I sat, and I know that her meditation was more instructive, more than meditative, because you're not in that complete silence. But I still visualized and took that instruction. And the way that I'm going to use the recording of today is to remind me on how to do this. How do you go about visualizing this particular meditation as you're working on opening up the chakras and putting them in alignment visually? So that's how I'm going to be using this. Did anyone have any experiences that you shared if you actually was going through the physical instruction the way I was? Was I the only one that was going through the actual physical instructions?
I followed it. It was good, even though I lost my place and had to go back and remember what she said. I would like to play the tape over to go back all this week.
Okay, got you. And what I'll do for everyone is I will send out the video to everyone. I know everybody that's in the room, I believe. And if you're here, then you must have a method to get to either me or Makia. So if you by some chance do not get your video, let me know. If you're using that, that's going to be important, because that's exactly what I'm going to do, what Michelle is saying. I'm going to listen to the instructions again to help ingrain into my consciousness how to go about visually doing this meditation, so that when I go about doing the meditation, because I loved it, and so when I go about doing that meditation, I will actually have those instructions. Robin, did you want to share something?
Oh, wait a minute.
Hello?
Yes.
I was able to follow it, and yeah, I appreciate it that it's going to be posted so I can re-listen to it. And I was able to visualize the colors and the white light as it came up from the ground and surrounded each color all the way up to the your head chakra, your purple chakra, and the funnel. So that was pretty cool to me.
Amen. Amen. I like that. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Christy, I saw your name pop up. Did you want to say something?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I just want to say that I really, really enjoyed it. The grounding with the roots was very powerful for me, and the orange chakra, for some reason, was very vibrant and potent. But I felt the whole thing, and I really enjoyed it. I look forward to the next class.
I look forward to it as well. Well, if it's not anyone else, we'll go on and close. I will tell you that there are times when I'm a stickler for time. This is not one of them. There are things that you work on that you have to allow spirit to do the work, and that is meditation is one of them. So I appreciate those that stayed and participated, even though we are 10 minutes behind what our normal schedule is. And so I just want to take a moment to close, giving God the honor and the praise and glory, saying thank you, Heavenly Father, for this day. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, for what you have shown us today. We will take these lessons in our hearts and in our minds, and we will move forth as you are guiding us. And so I release this prayer in Jesus' mighty name, and so it is. Amen and amen. I appreciate you all. Makia, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. God bless you. And you guys have a wonderful, you have a wonderful Saturday.
You too.
All right, you have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.